That evening struck me like a lightning bolt out of cloudless sky. After 20 years of marriage, two remarkable daughters, and what I believe was an unbreakable bond forged through love, sacrifice, and trust, everything I knew about my life came undone in a moment I never saw coming. It was an ordinary Friday, or so I thought. I left the office early, wanting to surprise my wife with a quiet evening together. Our daughter Erin was away on a school retreat, and with Kelly just starting her first semester at college, the house had felt emptier than ever. I'd hoped this evening would give us a chance to reconnect, to shake off the emotional distance that had been growing between us in recent months. I pulled into the driveway and noticed Lori's car was already there. Odd, considering she usually worked later on Fridays, but not enough to raise suspicion. As I stepped inside and called out, "Honey, I'm home," her voice floated back, calm and composed. I followed the sound to our bedroom, and there she was, standing at her vanity, applying makeup with deliberate precision. Her reflection met mine in the mirror, her expression unreadable, her eyes cold, unwavering. She wore the black dress I'd given her last Christmas, the one that clung to her like it was made just for her. Around her neck was the pearl necklace I'd surprised her with on our most recent anniversary. Beside her, an open suitcase rested on the bed, half-packed. Something inside me shifted. I tried to mask the unease in my voice. "Are we going somewhere?" I asked, smiling through confusion. "You didn't say anything, but I can be ready in 5. Lori didn't return my smile. She paused, setting the mascara wand down, and slowly turned toward me. Her voice, when it came, was low but deliberate. "Bill, I'm going on a date this weekend." I blinked. Time stalled. My breath caught in my throat. I tried to make sense of her words. Date? It didn't belong in our world. Not in the vocabulary of a married couple with 2 daughters and 2 decades behind them. My voice cracked with disbelief. "A date? What the hell are you talking about?" She remained composed. "I need this. Since Kelly left, something inside me has been unraveling. I feel lost. This is like therapy. I need space to feel again, to feel wanted. I'll be back Monday. Nothing will change." My world tilted. Every word out of her mouth cut deeper than the last. I couldn't recognize the woman standing before me. She wasn't cruel or angry, just disturbingly calm, like she'd rehearsed this moment, sanitized it, and stripped of every ounce of humanity. I was drowning in questions. Who is he? How long has this been going on? Are you having an affair? She shook her head, too quickly. No, just lunch a couple times. Nothing more. He's married, too. This isn't about love. It's about feeling something before it's too late. She looked me dead in the eye. It's just the weekend. I need this. I'm asking you to give me this time. As a gift. A gift? I stood frozen. Rage threatened to rise in me, but heartbreak pinned it down. My hands trembled. My jaw clenched. "So," I said, barely above a whisper, "you believe spending the weekend with another man will somehow help us? Heal us?" She didn't blink. "Yes. I need to feel alive again. Beautiful. Desired. I'll come back just the same. Nothing will change." But she was wrong. Everything had already changed. The woman I saw now was a stranger. I couldn't summon a single word to slow her down. I just stood there as she zipped up the suitcase. She looked at me once more. "You promise you won't stop me? Or interfere?" I swallowed my pride. "I won't follow you. I won't sabotage it. Just keep your phone on. For your safety. That's all." She nodded, relieved. "Thank you, Bill." And then, just like that, she wheeled her suitcase out the front door, not sparing a glance over her shoulder. Gone. For a long moment, I sat motionless, still in the hallway, still in shock. Then slowly, I reached for my phone, my fingers shaking. There was someone I'd thought of often over the years. A woman I'd once loved. Someone I hadn't allowed myself to pursue out of loyalty to my marriage. But that loyalty had been shattered the moment Lori chose to chase something fleeting, selfish, and reckless. I scrolled through my contacts. Found her name. "Hi, Sarah. It's Bill." There was a brief pause before her warm voice came through. soft and familiar. Bill, it's been years. I've thought of you often. The sound of her voice steadied me. I need someone to talk to. I told her. Lori left. She's on a weekend date. She says it's just for clarity. But I know what it really is. I think my marriage is over. She was quiet for a moment, then asked gently, "What do you need from me, Bill?" "Nothing but time," I said. "I just remembered the promise I made you once. If my marriage ever ended, I'd call." Her answer came without hesitation. "Then come. I'm here." I drove to her place that evening. She met me at the door with a look that didn't judge, didn't pity, just understood. That night we sat side by side, talking for hours about the past, about the way life had pulled us apart, about the ache of betrayal, and the fragile strands that held a heart together. What I expected was comfort. What I found was clarity. I didn't just want a night. I wanted a future. I wanted something true. And in Sarah's eyes, I saw it. The life I had buried beneath years of loyalty to someone who no longer respected what we had built. When Lori returned on Sunday, her step was light, almost triumphant. She smiled as she stepped through the door, saying cheerfully, "See, I came back just as I was. Nothing has changed." But everything had. I didn't let her speech continue. I listened quietly, calmly, and then spoke with the certainty of a man who had walked through fire. "You may feel unchanged," I said, "but I'm not the same man you left on Friday. This weekend revealed something to me. Our marriage is over." Lori's expression crumbled. She reached for me, panicked. "Bill, no, don't say that. I didn't do anything permanent. I came back. I still love you. I'm not saying I won't forgive you." I replied, "But I can't live with someone who asks for a weekend pass to cheat and expects everything to return to normal. That's not love. That's disrespect. Tomorrow, I'll start the divorce process." She broke down then. But my heart had already crossed the threshold. I was done begging to be valued. The divorce was quiet and quick. I explained everything to our daughters, Kelly and Erin, with gentleness. I told them the truth, without painting Lori as a villain. She was still their mother. That part of her would never change. Time passed, and the wounds, though deep, began to close. Sarah and I found a rhythm together, a love that was rooted in honesty, mutual respect, and shared values. We eventually married, built a new life, and had 2 beautiful children of our own. Her son, Jacob, became as dear to me as my daughters. Now, when I look back, I don't see that weekend as an end. It was a beginning. Lori lost me by chasing a fleeting spark. But in that loss, I found something lasting. I found myself. I found peace. I found a love that never asked for time away to remember what it was. Thank you for staying with me through this story. If it resonates with something inside you, something broken, something healed, let it be known. And never, ever take for granted the ones who love you without conditions.